Talk about satanic panic.
Only shooting stars break the
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm playing with Ardyn, the Usurper. Ardyn is going to be reanimating creatures from either player's graveyard, exiling them and making a 5/5 demon token, and then giving that token Menace, Lifelink, and Haste, because it's a demon. This deck has a bunch of demons in it, has a ton of ramp, a little bit of mill and discard, and some awesome cards. Now, some of these cards have on-attack abilities because Ardyn is giving them haste, and some of them are good either when they're cast or when they're reanimated. Using cards like Cityscape, Leveler, and Ulamog to take out your opponent's cards, using board wipes to clear the way as you ramp to get to this 8 mana commander. And if you have 8 mana for Ardyn, you also have 8 mana for Valgavoth, for Grizzlebrand, for Perforator Crocodile, for Crabomination, for Burning Rune Demon, which can also get more cards into your graveyard. As we play these creatures, we can also kill our opponent's creatures. I mentioned those board wipes, and then take our opponent's creatures, because Ardyn doesn't care which graveyard you're looking at, as long as there's a creature in grave. So let's take Ardyn into the queue and start bringing creatures back in black. Sagan, Raider, Warlord, going to be going fast, dealing a lot of damage to me. I don't have turn 2 ramp. I do have potential turn 2 removal. I'm milling myself. I have 1 block, but as they get to max speed, their damage will get huge. The wider they go, the more creatures they can buff, and the more first strikers and double strikers they have, the bigger that buff is. Progiatic, thank you so much for the sub. I hope that we manage to kill some good things. Oh, a Giver of Runes. I'm a monocolored deck, so this pretty much means they will have an unblockable creature. Oh, hey, Valgavoth in the graveyard. Okay, an Arcane Signet. I'll probably need to fire off this Baleful Mastery on this. Well, if I had a Baleful Mastery, that is. Hey. They could go for one of my pieces of ramp. Nope, they went for the removal. And they're swinging in. Boop. Ah, good. Bitter Triumph. And I'm just going to use this right now. I can pay the life. Boop. There's some ways that they could be giving Sagan haste next turn as it swings in, but I'm just going to attack in. Sometimes with Bitter Triumph, I do get to discard a creature to reanimate. That could be convenient. Skyclave Relic, just for the 1. And we dress. What do you have? No non-creatures. It is, they're saying, hey, you checking out my mind? Yes. General Crete, very good at getting your speed up and going wide. Morbid Opportunist. As creatures die, they will also get some card draw. And I think a creature is going to die here. It's Stitcher's Supplier. Rip Stitcher's Supplier. Enjoy your card draw. I also mill. I milled just ramp, actually. That's rough. That's okay. Because I got a Gilded Lotus, which means next turn, unless they smash one of my artifacts, I can play Ardyn. Now, we looked at their hand 2 cards ago, and there wasn't single target removal. That doesn't mean they don't have it, because they could absolutely get it. When Ardyn comes out, I'll be able to take a creature out of the graveyard and give it a bit of a haste. Now, I could go for Valgavoth. That is kind of the mightiest creature here, but remember, it becomes a 5/5. I actually like the idea of grabbing that Giver of Runes, being able to protect Ardyn because it will have haste, and I can also block and tap with it. Or I could just wipe the board this turn, because that's, I think, easier if they do have a single target kill spell. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I will tap and tap, and damn. Nation. Take him out. Enjoy your card draw. Yeah, if Ardyn does not survive 2 combat, I don't get the reanimation. But now I also have Ring of Luci out, so, like, is that even how you say it? He wants this. It's, I think, a curse. I had some of the plot of Final Fantasy 15 explained to me. I didn't get that far in the game. I got to the point in the game where your dad dies, and I was like, this road trip stinks. Is it Lucy? Yeah. Do you love Lucy? My dad, no. So anyways, Prince this guy. Yeah, see how they're leaving mana up? That tells me they almost certainly are playing some sort of removal here. No. No, I'm trying to get you to not tap this. I don't think I'd have enough mana to use it anyway, but still. Okay, yeah. Baleful Master is actually letting me draw a card. Oh, hey, Sheldred. This is not a discard, Liliana. People are telling me, even if you play Final Fantasy 15, you only get half the plot. Yeah, somebody was telling me, like, Ardyn has his own expansion. Oh, Chromox. Exiling. Is that a fear? Oh, no. Ferocity of the Wilds. Cool. They want to get the Morbid Opportunist back out. Looking good. I could play Sheldred here. I could play Sheldred and flip her over. I have enough mana. I was thinking Ardyn, same thing as before, grabbing that. Sheldred, rid them of their beasts. Flip it. And hitting Sagan. Oh, he was going to get an expansion, but it got canceled? They released the stories book. Wait, so in order to get the plot of Final Fantasy 15, you have to play the game, play the expansions, and read a book? Oh, and watch a movie, right? There's a movie. Is the movie good? Does it stand on its own? All I know is that Ardyn wants revenge. Misanthrope says, good to know. That's a raging review here. So they are again milling themselves. Liliana will let them bring a creature back from the graveyard. General Crete, that's a fun one. Gets those pings in, makes a lot of garblins. This is like a impact tremors that triggers itself. They have no cards to discard. They get milled. Here comes Ardyn. And... let's see. Do I want to go for the Valgavoth? No, I'm going to go for the protection line. So I have a Demon Giver of Runes that has Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. And they have a Chthonian Nightmare. But... if I'm afraid of their graveyard, I will just take their Boggart Trawler out of their graveyard. They could hit my graveyard with the same thing, but they would have to kill one of their creatures to do it. Oh, this card is nasty and limited. If you get to 8 mana and somebody can't kill this right away, I feel like usually the game is over. Okay, so they're getting rid of the 2 creatures of my graveyard. That's the Valgavoth and the Stitcher's Supplier. I'm not that worried about it because they have such a delicious, delicious graveyard for me to take from. Yep, True Scriptures triggers. Crete is going to trigger. Sheldred is going to trigger. I will get to draw a card off their Morbid Opportunist because we just Rise of the Dark Realmed. Yes, we're getting all creatures from graveyards. That's part of why I don't want to exile it. And, there isn't a single thought to be had. Oh, what was the other card in their hand? Spectacle of Destruction. Okay, some card draw. We flip over Sheldred again. Sagan Big Dead. Saying, yep. Got that Boggart Trawler. There's no creatures left. Exile it. Everything else is gone. All those lands. Swinging in, I don't need to protect things. We just need to win the game. GG, Sagan. Yeah, and I could play Winter Moon, too, so they would untap 1, 2, 3 lands. GG. Kaito, Cunning Infiltrator, a mono blue card that can make things unblockable. I have nothing until turn 3. I'm going to mulligan here. Turn 2, I have ramp. Turn 3, I could tutor and potentially cast a spell, ramp again, play a Sheoldred. I have some choices, but this deck probably is running evasive creatures, things that have on-hit abilities, things that draw cards when they deal combat damage, or mill, or drain, or something along those lines. Probably some ninjas. And also, this Kaito, which can make them unblockable, make ninjas, and also can get a lot of loyalty just by having little critters hit. Like this one, like this oughta. Why I oughta. I guess because he has that loot ability, I will just go for Sheoldred here. But there's a chance that she just gets, I don't know, mana drained, counterspelled, memory lapsed, tails ended. Lots of choices. Or maybe she'll resolve. Maybe they'll flash out a Spectral Sailor and just shrug their arms. Like, yeah, that's what it is. That's how it goes. Or they could bounce her back into my hands. Into the Flood Maw. I was expecting Brazen Borrower, but, you know, they probably have both. Hi, Kaito. Prowess Trigger.
Come on, Pom Pom Chan. We've got a fight to win. Stick to the shadows.
Boop. Fine booping.
Your secrets will be mine.
Once again, Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Do you think they'll bounce her again? They don't need to bounce her. It's fine. They're actually not bouncing her. They're making her utterly insignificant. She is now no text. Still Phyrexian Praetor, though. This is unblockable. And I might go for just, like, a key to the archive, see what I get. But I could double ramp, too. I like the idea of double ramping. And it's like, am I afraid of Kaito ulting next turn? Not super afraid of it, because they only have one creature out for now. Oh, hey, Ulamog. I could just do a kicked Skyclave Relic. Over Skyclave into Key. It's the same amount of mana for next turn. And, I can discard this Ulamog, but I kind of want to, like, cast it, have them have to deal with it, and then I can get it in the grave. Ooh, and during Curiosity, they will now be drawing cards as their creatures hit. And I might want to, like, I don't know, go for a Beseech here and get rid of some things. Like you, Kaito.
Follow me, Pom Pom Chan.
I have a 10 mana creature, I cast a 10 mana creature. Harder to counter it and its ability, so half of their deck has been exiled. And I must have hit a spell that costs 8, because Ulamog came in with 8 counters, meaning that when I attack in, it has Annihilator 8. They're tutoring. All they gotta do is sacrifice some lands. It's fine, Kaito will ult. Let me see what I had hit. There's a Curator of Destinies, Oracle. I tutored for a wash away. Are we good? I think we're good.
Let's surprise him.
Nice. It's cool when it works. Yeah, Annihilator 8. I mean, if I cheat him out with Ardyn, he always has Annihilator 10. But I'll settle for 8. GG. Y'shtola Knights Blessed. Y'shtola will be dealing damage to me, gaining life, and drawing cards if either player loses 4 or more life in a turn. I have a reanimation thing here. This is sort of like a zombify, but it turns things into a 4/4 black zombie. I've got some self-mill or some ramp. And the ramp can go into more ramp. So I'm going to start with the ramp. Getting the Mesmeric Orb out is fun. My creatures sure will be tapped. That makes the haste not as good. But hopefully against Esper control, I will be able to resolve some things. Rune-Carved Obelisk into Mesmeric Orb. Wow, they both resolved. That's great. Nice. Look at all that mana. Hi, Ishtola. Okay. Part of the cards, I need to mill like a really awesome... Alright, done. Speed Brute Stalker. That kills Ishtola. Crocodile. Can technically Crocodile and then cut her down. But this makes it bigger, so I'm going to do this instead. If I happen to mill Speed Brute Stalker again, I'll actually be able to reactivate that ability, which is neat. Bye, Ishtola. And I will tap this to put some more charge counters on it. Okay, what do they mill? Okay, good. I like seeing that in the graveyard. Because it means it's not in their hand. I'm being told my Clive deck is amazing. But what about Ardyn? I know, it's not as cool as Clive. The Clive deck really is so fun. Burning Rune Demon. I draw. It hurts. Ardyn. He resolves. Remember, I will not get the attack here. I can go for Burning Rune Demon or Perforator Crocodile. I'm going to go for Burning Rune Demon. It's a demon, and it lets me tutor for 2 cards, and my opponent gets to choose 1 for my hand and 1 for the graveyard. I'm feeling... do I want that Speed Brute Stalker again? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, kinda. I'm going to go for Ulamog since I do have boatloads of mana. I'm just double checking. Oh, I'm actually short on doing that, so I wouldn't want to put that in the graveyard unless I was also getting another reanimation piece. So we'll go for Valgavoth Crab. I can use the obelisk to grab him eventually. People in chat are like, Amy, what's with you and the crab? What's with you and the crab, huh? What's your problem? You don't like crabs? Especially crabominable ones? Alright, what do we have here? Hey, are you just like lands, kill spells, and extra turns? It's okay if you are. I just like to know. Looking at my mana. I do have enough mana to cast, just straight up cast Valgavoth. And while, yes, it does have haste, thanks, Ardyn, it's tapped. Yeah, this is just, I think, Esper control. Deem Inferior. That's a token, so it's just gone forever. Stroke of Midnight, they're killing Ardyn. I do not have a reanimation spell in hand, so I will return Ardyn to the command zone. And we're milling, we're milling, we're milling. And drawing. That's a land. Kind of like just wiping the board after attacking here, just to get rid of this Sheoldred. She's such a pain. But instead, time for more demons. I'm not going for Valgavoth because I'm actually pretty sure that they will end up wiping the board first. Yay! Demons! If they get, like, Peer into the Abyss, cool, it kills me. But otherwise, it's party time! Just gotta keep looking at what they mill. Mm-hmm. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Very cool. Cash money. Let's go. So many lands. I guess this totally gives you good card advantage, so why not? Chat loves Orb. I love Orb. Yeah, I dig it. Dig it through time. They loot their cards. Get a couple in hand. This is not card draw, so it does not cause them to gain with Sheldred. Y'shtola causes them to gain with Sheldred, though. You love the Cactar avatar? Me too. She bops. I'm milling. We're milling. They have one blue up. That could be like a Tail's End. Oh, hey, the Speedroot Stalker's back. Yay! I was gonna maybe, like, blast to this, but now I think I'm gonna blast the Sheldred. Tapping these for mana. Speedroot Stalker. Leaving me with 7 mana. Boop, boop, boop. Orb, keep on doing that orb thing. River's Rebuke. All my really cool stuff goes back into my hand. Gone. Removed. Ended. Leveled. I'm taking that thing out. I want to have hasty things. Discard a card. I don't think I need Orb anymore. I think I'm good. There's a crab in my graveyard. That's all that matters. They're taking an extra turn. You could cast an artifact for 1 less, because I gave you a Power Stone. See? Look, an artifact. I'm done pondering the orb. I've thought about it. I thought about it. And I'm done. I've pondered it. And it's another extra turn. You got another one? We gonna keep doing this? Okay, they're digging. A stalk up. Look at 5 cards, but 2 into hand. Hey, it's not just a draw 1 when they take an extra turn like this. It's a draw 1 and untap all your lands. It's slightly more. Okay, they exiled that. An obelisk. Tappity tappity. Do I just want to, like, make a big demon? I mean, the demon can get haste if I do it when Ardyn's out, but that's asking for a lot. Demon. Demon token, go. And they're ticking up that midnight clock. They want to shuffle that graveyard back in, where all your extra turn cards are. Except for the one that got exiled. This one. They say farewell, exiling my creature and my enchantment and my crab. Wait, but they also exiled their graveyard. What? What? I'll play Falgavoth. Enjoy your 9 additional mana. What are you gonna do with it? You gonna play Y'shtola? There she is. Hey, I got a board wipe, a kill spell that doesn't hit your stuff, a little guy, and the one ring. Well, actually, it's a ring that turns into 8 rings. It is a ring, but not the one ring. They really, really, really want it to be midnight. And midnight, it will be. They shuffle. And maybe they have some free spells that they can sacrifice Y'shtola for. Because if they don't, they're in big trouble here. I'm actually going to start with the Stitcher's Supplier. Putting more cool, awesome stuff into my graveyard. Ardyn. Falgavoth would only be a 5/5, but as you've seen before, the Bloodletter, it deals 10. Get out of here, Y'shtola. Taking all those extra turns. Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier. Enters the battlefield, sacrifices things, and then can flip over. I'm keeping this hand not because of Wintermoon, because they're also a mono black deck, but because of Toxic Deluge. As creatures die, by the way, that life gain, life loss, and card draw will happen if he's the one who sacrificed them. He's really cool. Oh, somebody who doesn't play Magic says they dig my stream's vibe. I appreciate that. They're saying it's calm, it's chill. I'm like the least chill person, so I'm glad that you think that. People who meet me in real life are like, why are you constantly trying to wrestle people? Can't help it. Just want to wrestle. I don't ever rage at the game. I occasionally get salty. I'm just a rascal. I spend my days playing Magic and my nights digging through dumpsters. I played the Unstoppable Slasher because I expect them to have removal, and this is hard to remove. Aww. They paid some life. It dies, but it does come back. Avenger of the Fallen with no cards in their graveyard, currently. I have to be careful about milling them if this is out, if I have other orb. I want them to lose more life. Yeah. I have 2 board wipes in hand now, so I was actually considering putting this to the bottom. Forsaken Miner is part of a combo with Sephiroth. If you have a Sephiroth and a Sacrifice Outlet and Pitiless Plunder, or if the Sacrifice Outlet is... what is it, like Warren something lady? The Goblin Wizard? You can just keep recurring that and drain your opponent out. One, two, three, 4. Warren Soul Trader. Thank you, people who know names of things. I really appreciate that. They're committing a crime. I also committed a crime. Actually, this is not a crime. By the rules of Magic the Gathering. I'll put those 2 to the bottom because I'm pretty sure they'll mill here. Wow, that was 3 lands in a row and then Mesmeric Orb. Stop right there, criminal scum. No, it's not a crime. I didn't target anything. Yes, I killed a lot of creatures, but no, I didn't target anything. Oh my god, is Wintermoon actually going to do something? Thank you, Wintermoon. Ah, yes, my opponent did commit a crime. Forsaken Miner tattled on them by saying, they committed a crime! Pay black mana! I have 6 mana going into the next turn. And the creatures in graveyard are Palladium Mirror. Or these cool guys. I mean, exiling this forever, even though it can't block, wouldn't be bad. A Mind Stone. And Lord Skitter. Oh no, they can exile. They can exile my cool creatures. I just used a board wipe. I don't want to use the other one. Oh hey, Forsaken Miner's back. Miners. Lotus. I'll take that Felda Profane. It's kind of a kill spell, and I do have the mana to cast it. Oh, they're milling? Thank you, they just lost 8 life. Gosh, I love the orb. What a good orb this is. I just noticed my opponent's name is Ajani, and they have the Ajani avatar and Ajani sleeves. What if Ajani was their commander? I wonder if they sometimes play Ajani just to be like, yeah, I'm Ajani the Mighty. Of course you are. Sephiroth comes down, eats a rat, don't worry about it. Can't believe they would eat a rat. They can exile from my graveyard again. There's no creatures in my graveyard, otherwise, pretty sure that's what they would hit. I probably want to go for a board wipe over Ardyn next turn. I guess I'll see what I draw. Yeah, I'll chump block here. Because all the creatures dying, if Sephiroth lives through it, that's rough. So I'm going to lose 4 life here, I think. I like how the slasher has not gotten to attack. It's just like dying and sticking around. Hey, Cavern of Souls. Oh wait, it taps for black. I was like, it won't let them bring it back. No, it does. And we mill. Boop. No way they mill again. The absolute madness. That almost killed you, dog. Well, maybe they can kill me. I only have 6 life left. 4 life left. You respect it? Sometimes you gotta do it. They know what they got. What's the out? How do you kill me? Chthonian Nightmare. Unearth. I'm like on the edge of my seat. I need to know. A lively dirge. Okay, Dirge of Cerberus. Wrong game. Lively Dirge lets them put something into their graveyard and then bring 2 creatures back. Now, that's not enough to bring back any Blood Artists plus Sephiroth, which is, I think, what I'd be most afraid of. Yeah, don't worry, I gained life too. I mean, they did gain over 5 life, I think, this game from Sephiroth triggers. There's some baby blue jays outside. Hi, baby blue jays. Thank you for not screaming again. They were screaming before. It was very loud. They can't get Gary because it has to be a mana value 4 or less. So you could put, like, Sheoldred in the graveyard and bring it back. Okay, Shambling Ghast plus Sephiroth. They could sacrifice the Ghast, which gets them a treasure or -1/-1, but I don't think that helps. Now with that treasure, anything? Nothing? Okay, land. Ardyn. Speedbrute Stalker to get rid of Sephiroth. I guess Avenger also would have been... Oh, Avenger would have been lethal. I forgot that I had creatures in the graveyard because they were exiling them before. Me one. Opponent, I'm begging you not to mill. Look at that, guys. They kept the card and let me have it. A missed lethal? No problem. Yeah, Avenger of the Fallen would have come out. This can't block, so they wouldn't be able to block it. They would be able to block one of the tokens, but damage would happen first. This is a sort of Blood Artist. It's only for their creatures, but it also applies to artifacts, so treasures and Mind Stones count too. Okay. Yeah, Henny. If I block here, they can sacrifice 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll block you, Henny. Yeah, Henny becomes indestructible. Innocent blood. R.I.P. Unstoppable Slasher. You are finally stopped. And 1 life remains. And 1's all it takes for me to win. They took so much damage off of those mills. GG. Tatiova Benthic Druid is going to be ramping, drawing cards, gaining life simply by playing lands. I've got 1 piece of removal. I have the orb. Well, I'm going to keep because it has orb in it. Like, yes, I will be able to edict an elf. Legally distinct Llanowar elf. But more importantly, I'm going to get to put things in my graveyard and hurt my opponent by pondering. So they've got 2 mana here, both of which is green. Are they going to explore? Doesn't look like it. I could ramp this turn. I think it is much more important for me to do this. Be gone, Elvish Mystic. I agree. We do love orbs. I could ramp on the next turn, but no. Orb. It's orb. It's always going to be orb. Orb. No. I mean, like, yes, I do want lands. Yes, the Mox would be cool. It's a good ramp. But most players, they mill on the first hit. Hey, most expensive creature in my deck. How are you doing? It's freaking Ulamog. So Ulamog, yes, just domed them for 10. But the more important thing is that if Ardyn comes out, Ulamog won't just be lethal. It'll make them sacrifice 10 permanents. Which would be great. Yeah, it swings for, I think, 15 damage, which... Yeah. Also, oof. Also, yikes. That's like 2 lava axes? And more. Orbs. Wow, okay. Brave. Maybe they got ways to, like, bounce or destroy these. They're ramping, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I am always afraid with, like, Ardyn that he just gets countered. It's one of those things where, like, yeah, he costs 8 mana. I only have 7 here. I'm going to beseech. I'm not bargaining. I'm just grabbing a kill spell for Tatiova. It's like a kill spell, maybe even actually Unholy Annex. Just like get some card draw. I could also get something that hits their hand. You know what? I want black market connections. It makes demons. It's awesome. It lets me pay life. All things I enjoy. I'll reanimate Ulamog if I have to. Okay, wow. This person just straight up does not believe in letting somebody draw. They're like, never. Not once in your life. It's okay. They could win the game here. They could take, like, infinite turns and go, like, bop, 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 bop. It's a Tatiova deck. They do that. Tatiova is... Sure, Tatiova. So they played a land. They drew a card. They gained a life. But what more can you do? Oh, they're thinking about it. Big Field of Ruin, my Field of Ruin. Why are you tapping for that much? What costs 8 mana? Ardyn costs 8 mana. What are you doing? It's an extra turn. It's always extra turns. And this will be able to attack. So that's going to be another 9 damage. As long as I have 6, I'm happy. I need to be able to pay the 6 or I'm going to be very sad. At least that exiles itself. Yeah, I still wish it weren't here. They're going to gain some more life. They're going to get some more cards. And they could have attacked this to flip it over, unless they drew that on the attack here. Because this makes a land token everywhere. Okay, and just Restoration only left them with 1 everywhere up. That might be good. That's 16, though. Oh, wait, but Menace on this, too. Okay, no, I think we're fine. As long as they don't have Wash Away or a similar counterspell that can hit Ardyn. All right, come on. Cavern of Souls off the top. Cavern of Souls off the top. Cavern of Souls off the top. That's not a Cavern of Souls. Ardyn. Go. It resolved? Can I do the Ulamog thing? Ulamog is in exile. Ulamog is the 16/16. It makes you sacrifice 11 cards. Because you put an 11 cost card into exile. Otherwise, it's just +10/+10. Uh-huh. Okay, so they can block 1 thing. They do technically survive. They're gonna have a lot fewer lands than they did at the start of the turn, though. Because they have to sacrifice 11 of them. It's not like they're bad at getting lands. They're very good at getting lands. I do like that also I gain 19 here. Yeah, they're left with 4. They have to double block this because of the Menace. They don't believe in double block. And I win the game. GG. Jenova Ancient Calamity is going to be growing creatures, turning them into mutants, and drawing cards if those mutants die during their turn. You can also play just naturally mutant creatures, and... Is this Legend VD? Chat? Is that friend of the channel, Legend VD, we're playing against? Is that his current avatar? I think it might be. Well, I like seeing Jenova. I don't love seeing an Ozolith and Chocobo all at the start, though. Because I have a little removal, but the removal will just put those counters onto the Ozolith, which will put them onto Jenova, which will put them onto all the creatures. Chat saying that's him. Nice. I will name Demon. Because that's what our deck has. It has demons. I have a Bitter Triumph, which will let me discard Grizzlebrand in order to try to reanimate it on the next turn with Zombify. Okay, I'm gonna get that out of here. I will discard Grizzy B. And I need a little bit more mana. I like how I got my 1/5 mana rock in this hand. It's Chocolina. It's the baby. It's a baby. Don't worry about it. I hope I get a land, though. My deck, I think, has 42 lands in it. I tried to go pretty heavy on it. Nice. There's a Phyrexian Tower, so they can sacrifice their mutated creatures. And Genova, Ancient Calamity, who makes Saz's Chocobo even bigger. There we go. There's a land. And Zombify. Bring it back. Grizzlebrand. Please don't kill him. I say this like he's not immediately going to die. I actually am going to do this right now. Normally you wait until it's your opponent's turn. The reason I'm doing this now is because I would like to choose what I'm discarding. Don't mind me. If Grizzlebrand dies, so do I. But that doesn't change anything. Yeah, I want to make sure I have creatures in my graveyard for Ardyn. And disassemble from parts. Crab. Grizzlebrand, save me. You're my only hope. Let's see. How big would you need to make Genova to make the Chocobo just bust through? Because if this gets +2/+2, I'm gonna have to chunk block with Grizzlebrand. Which isn't the worst, because then I Deadly Cover Up, and yes, Ozlith will store those, but I think it buys me a turn. Bones? Chat, they've got bones. That means they're going to be able to eat up creatures from my graveyard and steal them for themselves. Emperor of Bones is going to be targeted with this ability. And Emperor of Bones is going to target something in my graveyard, I assume Cityscape Leveler. And that is going to straight up kill me. Legend VD, how dare you? How dare you have this beautiful sequence of events from me putting these incredible creatures into my graveyard where you have stolen them? R.I.P. Grizzlebrand. I could use 7 more cards in hand. Ah, nice. That seems good. Good game. Sin Spear's Punishment will definitely be putting permanents into their graveyard, because when Sin comes into play or attacks, they get to bring back permanents. Also, if those permanents happen to be lands, they do it again. Oh, I got some ramp. That's nice. I'm like just waiting here. Like, I will reanimate. I will reanimate the heck out of any creature. Or I'll just play a Bloodletter. Or I could put the Bloodletter into my graveyard and then reanimate it. Wait, I don't need to do that. I'll just play it. Behold, a demon. Ripples. It's a great way to fill up the graveyard. Also, gives you a little bit of card selection. So they have a Worm Coil Engine in the grave. I think that's worth 6 life. Oh, they're ramping. Yeah, the more lands they have in their graveyard, the better Sin is. I'm desperate to reanimate anything. What can I say? I know what I like. And I like Worm. Keep the Archive. I'll take this Despark, I think. Despark or Putrefy. And drop Celestus. Swinging in for 4. It's 2 damage, but it gets doubled. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Panharmonicon, Helm of the Host, and Mithril Coat? Dang, you really want to get multiple Sin triggers. They're ramping. Are they going to destroy my Keeley Archive? They are in Sultai colors. The one thing I'm sad about with Sin... Oh no, they put that back into their hand. Aww. One thing I'm sad about with Sin is that he costs 7, so I can't have Garuda as a companion for him. I wanted you to, like, take a ton of damage here. I can Thoughtseize them, but I don't really want to. Ooh, so many goodies. By the way, Sin is random, so it's not like they can predict what will happen unless they were specifically just putting lands in their graveyard. All right, so they hit. Is that Oversold Cemetery? Yeah, that was an Oversold Cemetery. And I will exile Sin. You can have your Oversold Cemetery. You only have 1 creature in the graveyard. I lose 1. A land! Ardyn! Come to me! Do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing. Overlord. Overlord is a demon. Overlord swings for 5, but the 5 is 10. And we kill. Winning the game. Nailed it. Thank you for putting creatures in your graveyard. It made my life so much easier. Choco, Seeker of Paradise, is a bird's commander. And bird is the word. The more birds you attack with, the more cards you look at, and the more lands you can put into play. And Choco does have a landfall ability. The ultimate turn 1 for this deck is Birds of Paradise, because it's a bird. That's not bird's mana. That's a silver raven. I could cut that down. I'll kill a bird. I'm culling the bird population. I would probably save that if this was a Signet, but it's a Mind Stone, so I'll ramp up into Deadly Cover-Up. I found Choco's really fun with lots of just, like, cheap birds. That's a bird? Legally, it's a bird. It doesn't look like a bird. Doesn't sound like a bird, but it says bird on the card. So it must be a bird. They swing in. They have 3 mana. Beautiful Bant colors over there. I'll pass the turn. Sure. Elder. We got Elder Demons. We got Elder Humans. All we got are olds. What? Oh, hey, Nimble Obstructionist. That's a bird. They could swing in with 2 of them. Potentially get 2 lands or just a card in hand. Hi, Choco. Ark. Six damage, and what do they hit? Just a card in hand, and they put Wash Away into the grave. Yeah, I mean, I have a Cavern out. Even though I could probably survive another attack, I don't want to risk it. Next turn, I can Skyclave Relic, and I can even kick it, so I get 3 of them. Faceless Agent. It is legally a bird, and it will get them another bird in hand. And a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Skyclave Relic. Right now, there are creatures for me to reanimate. Thank you for playing creatures. I had this issue where I was playing a lot of Ardyn and not matching into creature-based decks. I'm glad I'm matching into creature-based decks now. Oh, hey, Castrel. A bird's going to deal combat damage, so they're going to get... Well, they can reanimate a bird, they could draw a card, or they could do the counters. Okay, they chose that stuff. I could go for Valgavoth. I want to go for Ardyn. I want to do what the deck does. Okay, Metallic Mimic, naming Demon. And I'll just attack in with it, since this flies. Now my demons will enter with extra counters on them. It was a bird. Now it's a demon. This is also a demon. This is also a demon. They fly now? They're birds. Yes, they fly now. Chat's like, now? Chocobos don't fly. I guess black chocobos. Was it black chocobos that fly? The fastest ones? I feel like there was at least one type that could. I can just cast Valgavoth next turn. That's pretty nice. Was it gold chocobos? Gold chocobos. Thank you. That's just like a shinier yellow. Ooh, Alburics. They're digging. Well, if they discard any cool creatures, I can take them. Oh, gold chocobos fly, but black chocobos can fly, but only land in forests? Okay. Why are you looking at Ardyn like that? Please don't kill him. I need him to summon demons so he can get revenge on Noctis's family. Question mark. I need to match into a Noctis deck. Unfortunately, Noctis is not that good for Brawl. He's fine. He's just a bunch of Paradox Engine combos stapled together. Oh, Soft Serve, thank you for the sub. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Also, thank you for subscribing at tier 2. Saying what a good grandpa Ardyn is. He's been alive forever, and he sometimes helps you out. He's immortal and he wants to die. Real? Is that why he has such a nice hat in some of his art? I could double demon, or I could single demon. I want to double demon. Doom Whisperer. You can have a counter spell, that's fine. I can bring it back. Oh no, they're just killing Ardyn. That's also fine. Two demons. Aw, you don't have lifelink anymore. Lame. Okay. Just like keep the threat there. This is hidden for 12 because of Bloodletter. Junk. Let's do that again. Yeah, in Magic Arena, look, his wish to die is so frequently fulfilled. All you have to do is tell him to get lost, and I guess he just, heals over and turns into maps. He has Fedora stacks in a phone game. I learned so much about Final Fantasy from chat. Like, there's the Final Fantasy games I've played or watched people play, and then there's all the other ones. Too bad that there wasn't, like, a Final Fantasy Tactics one, because then I could just be out here like, yeah, man, Final Fantasy Tactics, that's my jam. I saw it's getting a remaster, too, which I'm excited about. It's Ardyn. They are not technically countering it. They are just putting it into exile. Okay, I'll swing in with the Doom Whisper and Metallic Mimic. Or just Doom Whisper. I think just Doom Whisper. Kill the Nadu? Kill the Castrol. I'm gonna kill the Castrol. Because Castrol can bring back Nadu. Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced is what I will call my favorite Final Fantasy. Yay. Ancient Green Warden, really leaning into the landfall. This is going to let them get 4 treasures or some more food. Nice bird. Peep, peep. Green Warden does have reach. It's not a bird, Judge. Oh, neither is this! They have 5 mana. That's enough for Albiorix. Maybe something else. Yeah, I'll trade. Ambrosia for Metallic Mimic. And for 5 mana, what you got? They gotta sacrifice this while he's still in exile, and then they can cast Albiorix, make him extra chunky. Big bird. You sure did leave 2 mana up. Oh. All right. Ardyn! I can go for the, like, Slam Jam 10 damage. Castrol has a cool on-hit ability. Except, oh, wait, it's not. It stops being a bird. It just becomes a demon, I think. Albiorix had a perpetual change. So that hits for 9. I'm gonna go with Albiorix. Oh, it doesn't keep the perpetual. I guess it gets reset because it gets exiled. That's still good. Crack open this Mind Stone, see what I got here. Hey, Death Prime, thank you for the sub. Yeah, I think that if it just reanimated it, it would keep it. And then Bloodletter of Vakelzots is the best, like, sudden damage, since it doubles the life loss. Yeah. Token doesn't get no buff. Ooh, Realmwalker. And Derevi! When Derevi's in the 99, it feels so much fairer. It's still an incredibly good card. But Derevi as commander, even as a bird's commander, makes me kind of upset, like unhealthily upset. You're fine, Ironcrag. We got a Valgavoth, he gets Menace and Haste. He already had Lifelink. We bring back Bloodletter, and we swing in to win the game. GG. Ashnod Flesh Mechanist sacrifices creatures to make power stones, oftentimes using cheap, recurable, sacrificable things like Bloodghast to make mana for, you know, portals to Phyrexia and other super high-cost, colorless artifacts. I have a Thoughtseize, though, so I'm going to hit their hand, probably looking for some of those big artifacts to hit. I do have a Damnation to take care of creatures. I have a cool Demon that can fill up my graveyard. Hi, Ashnod. Ulamog, what are you doing here? Okay, that's something to ramp into. That's something that gets big benefits. That can die twice. And hit the Carrier Thrall. We still have a Tome of Legends for card draw. Somebody's asking where they can find my decks. I have all of my decks in like the description of videos on the Brawl Stars videos, but I also tend to have all of them on Untapped, which is like a living snapshot. I oftentimes adjust decks even after I've recorded them, just because I really like brewing decks and like fiddling with them. So sometimes you can find even more updates if you look at my Untapped. Hello, yes, I have 3 lands. 3 land, no spell. Solemn Simulacrum, a perfect sacrificable since it gets them land. And then gets them a card draw. I found out what's going on with the birds outside. It's the baby blue jays! Yeah, I'll board wipe just Ashnod. Sure, why not? No, blue jays are awesome. I've been trying to get this family of blue jays to love me by feeding them for like a year. They're so cute. I can hear them chittering outside, but the window is closed now, so it probably isn't getting picked up on mic. Yeah, I'll hit that 1 mana, one drop with a board wipe. This would be pretty chunky, though. Yeah, nice. It's a 5/5. Doom! Whisper. Don't mind me. I'm just looking at the top of my deck. Okay, another board wipe on Arcane Signet. Very nice. Very good. Very good. This is not what I crave. Let's see. I have 1 additional mana on the next turn. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Tickles. You saw his little hands because he was made back when we had animations. I'm looking for my cool creatures. These are not it. I'm gonna go with Celestis over Signet. Let that die. Yeah, you guys should subscribe to his ASMR channel, Doom Whisperer. Oh, and a doomed dissenter. That's who he was whispering to. Look at all of this mana. So next turn I will have enough. I want to use this mana right now for the Celestis to put the Ulamog into the grave. Yes, I would like to draw. Yes, thank you. I have to survive to the next turn. That's the thing I need to do here. An ambitious goal, I know. So next turn, assuming I can play Ardyn and keep him alive, what I'm able to do is bring back the Ulamog. He comes back as a huge Ulamog, I think as a 1/1, or sorry, a 5/5 with 10 +1/+1 counters on him because he sees himself in exile. And, yeah, sure. And I can swing in, and they'll have to sacrifice 10 permanents. Like, they could sacrifice permanents for days. A huge Ulamog. Yeah. Damage causes loss of life. They do have enough mana to activate that since they can use the power stones. Oh, hey, Yoggles. Hi, Ashnod. I assume they're killing the Stitcher supplier here. I like they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna drop this. Yeah, that's cool. I get hit for 6, 7, 8, 9. That's fine. It's not lethal. And then I lose 1 from this. I'm at 1. But 1, as we all know, is not 0. Ardyn? Are you gonna sacrifice a black creature? Are you gonna sacrifice all 4 of them? Ah, dang it. They're doing the right thing, which is using up all their resources to kill Ardyn. They can even leave the Nettle Cyst alive, or the Germ Token. But they could kill it and just, like, re-equip him after. No! I wanted huge Ulamog! Curse you, Yawgmoth. I didn't have a way to deal with that. Playing Valgavoth, like, would have given me a huge lifelinking blocker. But also, once they untap, they have so many cards. They're a mono black deck. They should just win. He's an elder human. My understanding is he's a couple thousand years old. That is why he's an elder human. And I'm not gonna live forever. GG, Ashnod. Tifa Lockhart in a very slow hand. This is going to be too slow to stop the lady who has trample and doubles her power with landfall. I'll take this bitter triumph, but I have a feeling that they are going to be able to outpace me. Between protective spells giving her indestructible or hexproof, and also just her sheer amount of aggro, I kind of expect her to go too fast. I am going to burn this Dark Ritual right now, though, in order to get this Rune-Carved Obelisk or Black Market Connections in play. I'm going to go with the Rune-Carved Obelisk. Tap that. Not using the mana for anything. Yeah, Black Market Connections can get me blockers, but Tifa will just, like, trample right over them. I wanted this out so I could double spell next turn. Opponent? Are you playing Tifa? No, they are not. They're playing Utopia Sprawl first to turn 1 mana into 2. And now's the Tifa time? Probably don't want to play her unprotected. I need to ramp. I'm playing expensive demons. And other things with on-attack abilities. Tifa? What's the verdict? You want to just, like, ramp this turn? You want to play the lady? You want to get rid of my obelisk? Aw, dang it. No, I'm not going to be able to do as much spellage. Okay, fine. These are all just going to be basics. I grab a basic. Black Market Connections. Will I be paying the 6? Yeah, probably. I know myself. I like to pay life. Like any self-respecting demon deck would. They're tapping for 2. Playing Tifa. And they've left themselves with 2 mana to protect her. I am going to pay the 6. My greed knows no bounds. And I'll duress. What do you have for 2 mana that could protect her? Are you going to play it in response to this? If they have 2 different pieces of removal, or sorry, of protection, that could get around this. But I'm hoping that I can, like, just get rid of Tifa right here, and also take out their protective spells. Yes, I have 5 mana up and totally a demon token. Okay, they have Scale Up, Tamio Safekeeping, and Scape Shift. So Scape Shift will give them an all-in-one big kill. Scale Up is going to give them an all-in-one big kill. So I'm going to drop their protection, and I'm just going to let them commit to Tifa on this turn, and then I'm blasting her. I also don't have to pay life on this. I can discard in order to set up something to reanimate for Ardyn, since neither of us has creatures in a graveyard yet. This can also put creatures in my graveyard. Yay, creatures. Risky to let them draw? It's 1 card! How bad could it be? What are the chances that it's removal? Or protection? A way to stop this. It's fine. Okay. And they pass back to me. I don't see a haste enabler, so I'm going to bop Tifa and drop the Bloodletter. Got 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay! All right, I will go for all of these because I'm going to gain a bunch of life back. Ardyn. Ardyn is hanging with his demon crew. Bringing back a demon, making it twice as big. And I'm going to swing in for 11, which is going to deal 22 total life loss, I think. Yeah, they got 3 life left. Also, I gained back up to 24. Go forth. Actually, you can only go first or second in this game mode, but I appreciate the vibe. No way to give her haste? And an evasive demon army is hitting them in the face. GG, Tifa. Zurgo Thunder's Decree. It feels like I've run into a couple different Mardu aggro decks with this. This Zurgo is the one that keeps warrior tokens around. It has Mobilize, and it prevents warriors from being sacrificed in end step, which specifically is going to be these warrior tokens. I have the ability to cut something down. He does not die to cut down. I have a little bit of ramp off Ornithopter and File. Oh, that cat is not going to live until the end of the turn. I was going to say, it's probably got some tokens in it. I'll go for ramp over Thoughtseize. Oh, my cat's a good kitty. She's sitting on the desk right now. She's just out of view of the camera. There she is. Being cute. Hi, Goro Goro. Goro Goro gives himself haste and can make dragons in the future. Feel like getting a blocker. I'm gonna go for the Thoughtseize this turn. Big rampant the Thoughtseize. A Johnny and Anim Pakal. I think I can deal with Anim Pakal better than I can deal with a Johnny in this deck. I have a bunch of board wipes that destroy all creatures. Me getting to steal this, it wouldn't ever flip over. I'm also like thinking about what I want to take with Ardyn. Hey, Flemeroids, thank you for the sub. Thank you for supporting the channel. Also, happy anniversary to Death of Spam. A very versary day. Better than a cursory day. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana next turn, so I can throw down all of this. Hi, Anim Pakal. Time for some little guys. Go down to 16. Ooh, a Gilded Lotus. I got mana for that. I got mana for everything. My hand is empty. Everything is ramped now. They do have that Baleful Mastery, and I think you definitely use it on the Slasher. The Slasher is a very good blocker, and it's also hard to get rid of. Even if you kill it in combat, it'll just sit around with some stun counters. Oh, it's Zergo time. They could still play a land and do this for the student cost. Or they could go for haste, just try to maximize their damage here. In which case, I mean, a demon Anim Pakal sounds pretty good since she would gain me 6 life. I'm into demon Anim Pakals. It's like I can block Zergo, and then this wouldn't die. And then those would go away, but I'm just gonna trade into the Anim Pakal. Unless you can make demon golems. Yeah, that are huge. Oh, I drew 2 because of the file! Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I'll use this stronghold. I have more mana than I know what to do with. Ardyn. I guess I'll do this, too. In case I put something, like, extra awesome into my graveyard. I don't. If I Ocelot Pride, do I get... Oh my god, you are a token. Ocelot Pride. Make another Demon Ocelot Pride. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. I forgot that you would do that because you're a demon token! Yo! Let's go. I love this. It's very good. It's very, very good. Oh, hey, Crete. Crete will deal direct damage to me. And they can still Baleful Mastery one thing. They could stop me from gaining life on this turn. I get to draw 2 because of the file. Alright, and I'll need to do some blocking. They're getting some goblins. Oh, you're a goblin. I was like, why did they get another? It's because that's a goblin. I will block you, and you, and you, and you. Do I want to kill Zergo or do I want to kill this? It doesn't really matter. I survive this turn, and then I'm making even more of these cat demons. Meow wow. Good game. Captain Howler Sea Scourge. I have 2 board wipes in this hand. Hopefully I can cast them. But they're going to be discarding cards, which is why I'm going to keep this hand. Because I have a Reanimate. And if they discard a creature that's worth stealing, I'm taking it. Just saying hi. Hi. I got a 4th land. That's good for Damnation. I'm ready to brawl. I'm ready to brawl too. Where's that one? I'm ready to brawl. In fact, I could do this all day because I play Brawl all day. When in doubt, do crime. Yeah. It's a good philosophy to have. Greatness at any cost. I think any cost is just 4 mana. So as they hit, they will be able to get a buff based on the number of cards they discard to various spells and abilities, and then draw cards. So it's actually really cool. You can stack this buff multiple times and get lots of triggers. I feel like they'll put the buffs on the Ornithopter rather than swing Howler into the Slasher. So they dropped 5 cards, which means... Oh, wait, did you discard an Anger? Or sorry, a Wonder? Oh, they discarded Wonder. I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on there. Howler's a 15-4. And will draw a considerable number of cards. Lightning Axe. Very good, very good. The Unstoppable Slasher has been stopped. Flamewake Phoenix says Ayo. I'm out here too, and they swing for 19. Hi, Scraps. That was an amazing Howler turn. They had 2 separate instances of discard, so they draw 2 cards, and that gets counter. I don't think I really have a choice here. I Damnation. I'm alive. I have 6 life. The Marauding Mako. And a Seasoned Pyromancer. They discarded 2. That is a 3. This will trigger. They need a 1 more Descend for that to go. If I reanimate their Wonder, I would go to a 2 and I would die. Okay, it would lose flying. Shouldered, I'm going to go for this turn. Trying to save that Edict. Though they could still absolutely kill me. They have this Marauding Mako. They just need to discard, what, 3 cards? Easy. Right, Scraps? My cat is on the floor. Girl, do you want to come up here? Yeah, you're allowed up. Hey, that's not discarding, that's drawing. Here's my cat. She likes to play Magic. And by play Magic, I mean sit in front of me while I play Magic. She likes to block the screen with her big fluffy head. What a good girl you are. What a good girl you are. A Tunnel Grinder should be flipping. And that gives you a Discover. I'm planning on attacking with Shouldered and flipping her if I can. Assuming I can live here. Like, I also died a Lightning Bolt. Smart. I can't take that out with a single flip. Chat, help. My opponent's competent. I'm gonna do a little one of these and say, good game. And then I'm gonna reanimate a creature to kill myself. Oh, do you wonder about it? I sure do. GG. Lurrus of the Dream Den lets you cast cheap permanents from your graveyard each turn, which means they will have permanents in their graveyard, hopefully creatures, which I can take. This Valgavoth could exile things. There's a bird yelling so loud outside. Hopefully this Valgavoth can also just exile things so I can grab them. But I have like Solar Transformer on 2, into Obelisk on 3, into, I don't know, big mana, no whammies. We got ramp. We got ramp, and I'm going to rely on them to put things in their graveyard. Okay, that's not a creature, but it is recurable with Lurrus. It's card advantage. Behold, a swamp! Mind-blowing, I know. Bloodghast. Oh, that's a cool one to recur. It comes back with landfall, though, so it's unlikely to stay in the graveyard for that long. I wonder if this is going to be an Orzhov Sacrifice stack. I do hope that, like, the bird sounds were coming through, because otherwise it sounds like I'm just going crazy. There's a bird yelling so loud. Whoa, no white mana? Is this a mono black deck? Oh, hey, it's the Hash-Slinging Slasher. I don't have a way to block that here. That's fine, I'll just take the damage. I'm brave. I will simply lose half of my life. Nowhere to run? That's not a creature. There's white mana. I'm down to 9 life. Bloodghast now has haste. Bringing out the Celestus. Daytime, nighttime, nighttime, daytime. I'm at Valgavoth mana, so I'm just gonna drop a land. They sacrifice Bloodghast. What is happening out there? Why is there the most excited blue jay in the world at my window? Dog, what are you doing? Are you telling everybody to put birdseed out? You're crazy, man. I miss? Oh, a lot of damage. And I lose so much life so quickly. The hash-slinging slasher. Yes, please. Thank you. Ardyn! No. Yeah! Baby Valgavoth. Get him, baby Valgavoth. I like how that was approximately as impactful as grabbing their Bloodghast. But it means that now if stuff goes in your graveyard, no, it doesn't. Oh. Yay. Hi. He also still has lifelink. He won't have the menace and a haste, though. I don't think that matters as much. I swing in for 5, and then I lose an additional 3? Yikes. Nowhere to run might be bad for me. I mean, it would get around the ward. It would have shrunk little Valgavoth. This cost me 2 life, right? Wait, why'd you leave? I didn't even get to finish showing you my crocodile! I'm still getting yelled at by birds. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. When Ardyn matches into a creature deck, he is so fun because you get to make copies of your opponent's stuff and your stuff. When he matches into a non-creature deck, it's a lot more work, but it's still a cool way to play. I think this deck turned out really good, and it actually took me a lot of rebalancing the mana, trying to figure out exactly how many mana rocks I want, how many creatures I want, how much mill I want to get Ardyn where he is now. But I'm very happy with how this plays, and I think that the combination of the actual demon stuff and just Ardyn being Ardyn is really fun. I like the idea of like, oh, you play your big demon and it dies, and then you play Ardyn and you bring it back. Or just you kill your opponent's stuff and you bring that back instead. You guys know I like crime. I love stealing from people's graveyards, and sometimes we have to do that in multiple ways. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Cruelty of Gix and Reanimate. These are very fun cards in this deck. If you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description below. And I want to say, the Final Fantasy Commanders have been pretty sweet so far. I am like halfway through just the ones that I was interested in before the set came out. And there are so many more for me to brew. So if you have a suggestion for a Final Fantasy Commander you would like to see me build, please let me know, because there's like still 90 of them to go. There's a lot, especially if you include partners and the reprints and Urzas and all of those. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.